Scope.
Well, they're picking up the pieces left after severe weather rips through Grove City on Florida's west coast. Parts of Florida are being hit right now with severe weather. Meantime, other parts of the East Coast are covered in snow. Let's go now to Jill Brown in the Forecast Center with more on the Northeast and the ongoing storm.
Okay, thanks, Janetta. We'll be talking about the snow and ice in the north and work our way south back down to Grove City, Florida, and show you a little bit more of the pictures there of damage. Let's start you off with some snow in New Hampshire, actually, and around the Brookline, New Hampshire area. Snow will fall most of the day today. That's near the New Hampshire-Massachusetts state line. The snow will be light to moderate. This evening, it could turn to a mix of snow and freezing rain. Tonight, the precipitation will be all rain, and that is really the story of this storm. Quick changes, so pay attention, and you might miss something. Joining me now is meteorologist Jamie Simpson. This is one that's changing over actually a little more quickly than first expected, and that's not all bad news.
No, that's great news for places that were worried about prolonged ice. Looks like a lot of places will see a short period of ice and then go over to rain, especially during the evening hours in New England. So when this is all said and done, I think the main thing we need to get out of this is when the storm is all over, there will be few, if any, places that have lingering problems from significant icing.
Good. Big change from the storm we had 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But we have plenty of cold air at the surface right now. And if you take a look at the current temperatures, you can see here it's 2 in Caribou this morning. Allagash in Maine reported 40 below. There's the spot. So we have some very, very cold air there. Now, warm air is going to win eventually, but it's going to take some time to get rid of that cold air.
Yeah, warm air will win eventually, and Caribou was down around -20. They've risen about 20 degrees. Burlington, Vermont was -9 this morning. They're up to 20. So we're already seeing some incredible warming take place over northern New England, but a lot of this area is still well below freezing, and for that reason we'll continue to see a lot of snow. Especially for most of the day today. Some places will change over to rain overnight, but northernmost New England will see mainly snow from this.
Okay. As you can see here from the radar, we have a huge mass of precipitation, all kinds here.
Yes.
So we have snow, Boston snow, upstate New York, this is all snow. This is basically all rain through Pennsylvania now. Start off a little nasty this morning, but roads shouldn't be a big deal now. It's that in-between zone where we're finding most of that ice sleet kind of mixture.
Right, and if you look closely at the radar, you can see a little bit better return in the radar right there. That's probably where the sleet is showing up. So everywhere south and west of there has mainly switched over to rain. Getting some reports in this area now of some heavy ice pellets. Albany getting still snow, but they'll likely go over to some sleet and freezing rain probably in a couple of hours, only to then go over to rain as we head into the nighttime hours.
Okay. Reports as of early this morning in Orange County, just outside of New York City, 1 inch to 2.5 inches of snow. In parts of Connecticut, we had about 1 inch. Boston's still getting snow, but the wind is coming from the southeast, so that's off the water. They may change over by, what do you say, this afternoon?
Probably as we head into late afternoon, early evening, that's when they'll go over to rain. They will get maybe a couple inches of snow. They might have a brief period of sleet or freezing rain, but that should be short-lived in Boston. Hopefully it will not coincide with the evening rush. But once we get towards 6 or 8 o'clock tonight, probably Boston over to rain, and will remain rain for the rest of the storm.
All right, and into the weekend, actually. Again, here's a look at our surface map to just kind of pinpoint it for you. Obviously, this is where the snow is. Orange, by the way, on our maps indicates freezing rain or sleet, and gradually we'll see that green being extended farther to the north.
Right.
All righty. We want to also talk about severe weather, Jamie. We have seen yesterday afternoon, we had a tornado watch in effect. We didn't have any confirmed tornadoes, but today it's a little bit different.
It is a little different, and there's a couple different things going on today. Florida is a little more favorable for the development of tornadoes, and we have had several warnings and at least 1 confirmed tornado already this morning.
All right, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at that right now. On the west coast of Florida, they were raked by strong storms this morning, and a mobile home park that you'll be able to see on this radar in Grove City was reportedly nailed by a tornado at about 8:15 this morning. That was in Charlotte County, and the sheriff's office now is confirming that that was a tornado.
Right.
We do have a watch in effect, and I think hopefully we're going to have that video coming up shortly, but let's take a look at where the watch is right now. This tornado watch is in effect until 3. When do you suspect we'll be back to calm conditions?
Probably not until late afternoon or early evening, because we still have a lot of storms off the west coast of Florida that still need to come across the peninsula.
Alrighty, and here is a look at where the storms are in a line from about Sarasota through Melbourne. Now, Grove City is right about in here. Let's take a look now at some of the damage from storms early this morning in Grove City, Florida. Again, on the west coast, strong storms this morning, and the sheriff's office in Charlotte County is confirming that a tornado did this damage to this mobile home park. 2 homes were declared unlivable and several others were damaged. Power, of course, was knocked out. That's not a surprise. And it's surprising that people actually are out there right now because, Jamie, it's still pouring down rain in the area.
Yeah, it is. That's a big problem with severe weather in Florida is after the severe weather's gone, it does rain sometimes for several hours and very heavy. So even though we do still have the risk of tornadoes, another threat from that area from Melbourne back towards Sarasota or so is more heavy rain and potential flooding as well.
Okay, we'll keep you up to date on that. Thanks very much, Jamie Simpson. If you'd like to get more information on the internet, weather.com is a good starting spot. And if you'd like to know what's going on across the rest of the country and what might be happening this weekend, well, stick with us. Janetta Jones is standing by. She's going to tell you about the rest of the country.